Welcome back to the Woman Factor. Again, joining me tonight are two ladies from the Haven, Kimberly Clement, Program Coordinator, and Melissa Williams, Training Coordinator. Again, welcome back to the Woman Factor.
Thank you.
Yes, we're going to continue our discussion on the Haven. You know, kind of talking about you both personally. Kimberly, how did you become Program Coordinator?
Well, actually, I started off at the Haven in 2001, and
wow.
I worked, and I actually did every single job that you can imagine, working directly in the shelter, with survivors, into working as a child advocate with the children, as in working as a legal advocate, and then a project coordinator, and then a program coordinator. So I kind of done it all.
Yes.
And I actually got involved because I felt like this organization was something that meant a lot to me in helping individuals throughout the community. And my passion for it has developed tremendously over the years in doing this work. And I've been doing this work actually for 16 years. I spent 13 years over at the Haven. Then I worked for the state coalition, Louisiana Coalition Against Domestic Violence. And then I decided to come back to the Haven because working at a local level was really where my passion was, in making sure individuals in our community were getting the services that they needed to get. So that's where I am now.
Wow, so lots of experience. Yes. Talk about kind of like what a typical day is like for you.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, I mean, it really depends. It's not, no day is typical.
Right.
No day is typical. I mean, it really just depends. We may get a crisis call. We'll take the call, and a survivor is in need to come into shelter immediately, and we'll of course make those arrangements with the survivor immediately to get them into shelter, and developing a safety plan and making sure all of those immediate needs are met. We'll meet with them, and then we'll get them. Get all of their information, their needs, make sure that we have done everything on our end to ensure their safety. So that can happen on a typical day. Someone might call you for legal services on that day. Someone might call you and want you to come out to speak to a large community on that day. It's so many different things that can happen over at the Haven. So no day is typical. The only thing that remains the same is that our mission, and just to ensure that survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault can live their safe and violence-free lives. So that's something that stays and remains every day. So we just want to make sure that we embody that as program staff.
Of course, and they have the opportunity to get help if needed.
Absolutely.
Yes. Good job, Kimberly. And Melissa, what about you? What's your role as training coordinator?
Well, that encompasses a lot of different things. A lot of what I do is focus on the community work and letting people know about the Haven and our mission and what we do. But it's also about educating the community about what domestic violence is, what sexual assault is, and how that impacts not just the individual, but the family, the community, their relationships. And so my job right now involves education on many different fronts. So some days I might be in the schools, some days I might be educating a group of women in the jails, because we also have branched out and working with survivors who are incarcerated. And so that is extremely gratifying and wonderful work that we're doing right now. But then it can also mean just talking one-on-one with a survivor, because not only am I a training coordinator, but I'm also a licensed professional counselor. And so, being able to bear witness to someone else's pain and help them through the emotional turmoil, figuring out safety options and safety planning, and if they need a restraining order, and then helping them, just figure out how to piece back together their lives is extremely important to not only the work that we do, but it's extremely important to me. I find that that is what drew me to the work. is being able to help someone bridge the gap between domestic violence and recovery and healing. And I think for me and for the people that I work with, which I work with awesome people who have the same heart and the same passion for the work that I do, that, you know, that's what we want to see. You know, we want to help people through that bridge and help people over that bridge. And so 11 years ago, I came into this work and working for the Haven. And like Kim, I started off as a survivor advocate. I once was a child advocate, so I really understand the struggles that the silent and hidden victims of domestic violence and sexual assault, which are the children, because they are witnessing this and they're powerless in being able to do anything about it. So, you know, helping them develop coping strategies and things like that has always been extremely helpful for me and has propelled me to do more work and to really reach out to the community and give them a glimpse of what it's like to go through that and what the pain is and the shame that you kind of carry with you, because people often judge you because you've been through domestic violence or sexual assault. And I want to break down those barriers. And that is why I do the work that I do. And I know that's why people do the work that we do at the Haven, because we want to break down those barriers and give people their voice back.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, Melissa, you know, you mentioned you're a licensed professional counselor.
Yes.
Talk about some of the counseling services that y'all provide at the Haven.
Sure. We offer an array of counseling service, both for domestic violence victims, also for the children who have witnessed domestic violence, and we also have counseling services for sexual assault victims. So when people think about sexual assault victims, they often think of someone who has recently been sexually assaulted, but maybe that sexual assault happened when they were a child and they're now being triggered by something that's happening right now as an adult. So we do provide those services to those individuals. We also try to provide support to family members who are trying to help their family member go through domestic violence, or try to figure out, you know, how do I help them in the best possible way? How do I really empower and support someone without being controlling? So we help on those ends as well. We offer support groups for individuals because there's so much power in a collective voice. Oftentimes when you're going through trauma and violence, you think you're the only one. You think you're the only person that this person is belittling or talking down to, or physically abusing or shaming. And when you come into a room full of people and you hear the same story but from different abusers, it does something to you. It makes you feel like, oh my God, it's not just me. It has a name, and the name is domestic violence, or the name is sexual assault. And so in that naming of what has happened to someone, they feel power. And they begin to now I can tackle what this is. So that group support, that sense of understanding, non-judgment is extremely important for survivors in their recovery and healing from the traumas. And so that's just some of the groups, but we also offer a lot of support and groups to the women who are in our shelter and to the children who are there. And we also do art, because art is extremely healing.
Fun, too.
And it's extremely fun.
Yes,
and it's fun.
Yes.
And they really like that. So we
enjoy
have several people within the community who kind of come out and help us in that, and share their talents with us in multiple ways. And so we really appreciate that. And that's just some way to give someone an expression of the pain that they've experienced in just a different way.
Right.
So we have the support counseling, individual counseling, and just, you know, educational classes as well.
Lots of things, and art fun too.
Yes.
Now, Kimberly, kind of talk about the spring gala coming up this coming spring.
Yes. This in on March
Okay.
17th, 2018, we'll have our spring gala. So we're very excited about that. We've already started putting in the works on that, been working on that for a couple of months. It's our largest fundraiser, and it's just live entertainment, a silent auction, a live auction, food from all of the local restaurants. It's just a wonderful event, and it's for a good cause.
Right.
And it's just fun.
Yes.
It's
I heard
just
it's
fun.
fun.
It's just fun. And everyone
Yes.
talks about it all of the time. They enjoy it so much. And we're so fortunate for the gala because of the large community support that we have.
Definitely.
I mean, I cannot stress that enough. I mean, throughout the year, all the support that we get from everyone out in the community that just supports the Haven and supports our mission. So it's just a wonderful event.
Yes.
And if anyone is interested in, of course, being a sponsor for the gala or donating a silent auction or a live auction item, they can, of course, contact us, and we will be more than happy to work with them on that.
Awesome. Great. And like you said, largest fundraiser, but, also such for a good cause.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's great. So
absolutely.
much community support with that as well.
Absolutely.
Again, I know we talked about last segment, y'all have Facebook. What are some other ways that people can contact the Haven? I know Facebook.
Facebook, you can Google us.
Okay,
You
yes.
can contact us.
Our 1-800
Our
number.
1-800
Correct,
number, of course.
Our
We have
website.
Our website.
Ooh,
We have
okay,
our
great.
website.
Okay,
Yes,
lots of ways.
Yes, we have our website. And then on our website, there's a lot of different information. You'll be able to get all of our services on our website, what we do, some of our staff. Also, if you're interested in donating, we have a list of items on our website.
Okay.
So if you want to get something together and donate, we have a list of some of our pressing items that we're needing in our shelter. So
And we
Great.
also keep a list of updated events. We often have a lunch and learn every single month, not in the month of December, but we also have different free community events that we, where we are, what's going on with us. So that's all other ways that people can maybe support us or support the cause, maybe not financially, but they can do it in other ways and just be able to get the word out about what we do and who we provide services to.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have left for tonight. Thank you, Kimberly and
Thank you
Melissa.
so much.
Thank you so much for
coming
having
on the
us.
show and for all your hard work put into
Thank
the
you
Haven.
so much
We
for having
appreciate it.
us.
Yes. And thank you to our viewers for watching. On our next segment is 4 ladies from the Prancing Cajunets dance team. Stay tuned for more on the Woman Factor.